good morning to meteorologist Travis Kleneski. It's a Wednesday morning. It's a mild start to the day for the majority of us, a little on the breezy side as well. Wind's going to pick back up today. We're talking about sustained winds 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusts up to 35 miles per hour this afternoon, your strongest winds in central and eastern Nebraska. The winds will not be as strong out here to the west. We have a chance to tie and break some records again today. We saw some record highs yesterday out west. We have chances again today. Now for the Tri-Cities, the current forecast or the current record high in Grand Island and Hastings is in the low 90s. I don't think we'll get quite that warm, but in Kearney the record high is 86, and my current forecast is calling for something warmer than that today. So we have a chance to break a record there. It's going to be a very warm day today, and of course very windy as well. Tonight the winds will stay quite strong out of the south. We keep it mostly clear, a few extra clouds out west as a cold front approaches. Those clouds, we'll see a few more of those tomorrow out west. The rest of us still plenty of sun. But look at the arrows tomorrow, the eastern half of the area. These arrows are moving faster and they light up a little more orange. We could see some wind gusts up to around 45 miles per hour out of the south tomorrow. So a very windy day with more warm temperatures. Late in the day out west, couple of spotty showers, isolated thunderstorms are possible. This model's not very aggressive with this, but we could see some of that even sneak into central Nebraska later tomorrow night into early on Sunday. Early on Friday. Now by early Friday morning, we've got a frontal boundary right about here, low pressure right about here, another front trailing to the south of that. Out ahead of the front, very warm or at least mild conditions. Be another warm day on Friday and strong south and southeast winds. Behind the front though, cooler northerly winds, and we're going to see a large range in temperatures on Friday. And that front, it'll be a slow mover on Friday, could eventually trigger showers and thunderstorms Friday afternoon into Friday night, and that could include some severe weather as well. Now for today, let's go back to today. Another day with a high fire threat out there, a red flag warning in effect for all areas except for areas north of Highway 20 in northern Nebraska. This will go into effect at 1 o'clock and continue until either 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. We'll see that fire weather level at a critical risk once again today, and tomorrow it's going to be the same thing, a fire weather watch for virtually the same locations tomorrow afternoon through 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. This will eventually be upgraded to a red flag warning. So 2 more days of a high fire threat out there today. We saw it yesterday in the Fairbury area, which wasn't even included in the red flag warning. So again, strong winds, low relative humidity, high fire threat for the next couple of days, and if we don't get much moisture, it's going to keep on going on all those windy days we have in our future. Now, high temperatures later on today, upper 80s and lower 90s for most of us, way above average. Our average high is in the lower 60s this time of the year. That 87 in Kearney would break a record, although a lot of places will not see records for today. Let's show you the records real quick. Those that keep track of records are on this map right here. Not all locations keep track of records. Now Kearney, it's an unofficial record of 86, and I think we'll break that record today. But it's going to be a lot tougher to do in eastern Nebraska with low 90s, the current records. Now Broken Bow might have a chance. North Platte, Imperial, Valentine, maybe a little better chance of maybe seeing some record highs there today. Let's go back to, again, those forecast highs for today, where some records will probably be tied or broken. Tonight, a very mild night as we only drop back into the mid to upper 50s, perhaps close to 60 in spots, a little cooler in the panhandle of Nebraska. Tomorrow, still very warm out there for another day with highs into the mid to upper 80s, perhaps close to 90 off to the southwest. Starting to see the cooler air to the northwest as that's starting to approach. Tomorrow night, we'll start to see cooler air make its way into western Nebraska a little bit more, 30s and 40s there. Still in the 50s to near 60 for the rest of us, another very mild night. And then look at the dynamics on Friday. Look at the range in temperatures out there. Highs only in the 40s and 50s out here to the west. 80s out to the southeast, here in the Tri-Cities area. We'll warm upper 60s, low to mid 70s, but temperatures may fall later in the day as that colder air starts to come in with that cold front. And that front could trigger some late day showers and thunderstorms. So by later Friday afternoon into Friday night, we have a low end marginal risk of severe storms from about Highway 281 eastward here in south central to southeast Nebraska, north central to northeast Kansas here. Your main threats look to be large hail and damaging wind gusts here. So we're probably not talking a lot of severe weather, but it cannot be ruled out. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast, and let's hope we get some moisture there because there's not a lot of other chances of moisture in our 7-day forecast. Very warm, windy conditions the next couple of days. Starting to cool down, but still mild, if not warm, on Friday. Windy still. Small chance of moisture earlier in the day, Friday before sunrise. Better chance late Friday afternoon into Friday night. Some of that rain may linger into Saturday morning on a windy and much cooler day Saturday. And of course, this time of the year, we're focusing on the lows as well, as lows down in the 30s. Well, as you get closer to freezing, some are trying to start the growing season early. Well, if you're planting early, you may want to consider bringing things in here because it could get down around the freezing point. After that, it starts to warm up, a little bit on Sunday. Excuse me, the yawn. It gets up into the upper 60s on Sunday, and then it's 70s Monday and Tuesday. So it's looking a lot better. Down the road, looks like that warmer weather is going to stick around for a couple of days, and then we may cool down a little bit later next week as more moisture chances could potentially return to the forecast late next week. Let's take a look, couple of long-range forecast model looks. First, the North American model. This one doesn't go out too far, but it does go out a little bit here. Again, quiet and windy today, tomorrow. Here's the tomorrow evening and tomorrow night chance of moisture. Best chances are going to be to the west and northwest. And then later in the day, Friday, that's where we see thunderstorms try to fire up here. I don't think we'll see that mix or snow out west. I don't think it'll be cold enough for that. And this is as far out as that forecast model goes. Let's check out the European model here. Again, pretty quiet today. We'll pause this tomorrow right here, tomorrow evening. Showers and isolated thunderstorms out west, getting close to the Tri-Cities, but mainly to the west and northwest. And then as we get towards Friday, drying out, but then Friday late afternoon into the evening, there's the chance of thunderstorms firing up over the eastern parts of the viewing area. That will then eventually clear out, maybe some lingering showers early on Saturday, but not much moisture after that until maybe later next week. We'll see. Let's hope we can get something because this dry forecast has not been good on these windy days with that fire risk being so high. GFS model, we'll wrap it up here. There it is. Thursday night, mainly out to the west, and then as we get towards Friday afternoon to Friday night, there's the thunderstorm chances there, developing over the eastern parts of the area, and then the last of the rain clears out Saturday morning. Quiet weather as we go through most of next week, but maybe getting some more moisture later on next week. That would be some welcome news for our area if we could pick up some of that. Well, I do need to let you all go. I want to thank you all for watching on this Wednesday morning. I will see you all again on Thursday with all of the latest. Until then, take care and God bless. Bye.